Hey guys, so what we're going to talk about today is Quercus alba. It's our white oak, Quercus being the genus we're going to use for all of our oak species, and alba in Latin is white, so you get your white oak. White oaks are pretty distinguishable out in the field. What you're going to typically look for is they're kind of a uniform tree, very tall, sturdy, strong trees. They grow to anywhere 80 to 100 feet tall. They have really expansive canopies, but sometimes their canopies are as wide as the tree is tall. They like moist, well-drained soils with slightly acidic, but they're pretty adaptable to all areas. They prefer a lot of sunlight. That's when they do best, and it takes a lot of sun and a lot of energy to produce most fruits and nuts. So that's what they like, and you'll get that more uniform shape in them instead of maybe having one side that doesn't have a lot of limbs just because it's had a lot of dieback from the shade. And so what you're going to look for out in the field is how it gets its name. You get this light gray, white, kind of newspaper color bark on these for the white oaks. And as you lower to the trunk of the tree, you're going to have these smaller, kind of blockier, tightly packed the bark. And then as you go up the tree, it gets pretty scaly, kind of peels back a little bit, and it's pretty distinguishable. And so for the leaves, they're simple and alternate. They're about around 4 to 7 inches long. They have 7 to 10 finger-like lobes, as you guys can see with this leaf. It's pretty windy here, so a lot have came off, and so even for the twigs, you'll see they're into multiple clusters. Kind of show that to you guys. And this one even has a immature acorn on it, and so it's a pretty distinguishable acorn. It's green now where it's immature. When it matures, it's going to turn brown and fall off and then lose its cap, but its cap is pretty warty, as you guys can see. I actually have some. And then on the other side, again, you get that kind of that wider, lighter color, which is another trademark of the white oak. White oak acorns this time of year are pretty scarce. All the animals have pretty much eaten them up. But I did find some mature caps that you guys can see. It's kind of a hollowed out cap. That's where the acorn would attach itself, and then when it matures, it'll detach itself. It's pretty warty, like I was telling you guys. And here's just a few more, so give you guys a good look at that. With white oak, it's a really great species for the environment. It's a really the leaves in the white oak have a lot more organic material and makeup for the soil that it surrounds itself in, and a lot of different wildlife species heavily depend on white oak acorns to get through the winter. A lot of rodent species, deer, a lot of game birds, turkey, and just a lot of species in general that really depend on the white oak in that. And then white oak itself, for commercial value, is still to this day a highly sought after tree for lumber. You get a lot in your furniture, a lot in your general construction of your home, and then you'll see a lot of barns and historic structures that are still standing today that have been built out of white oak. It's a really long-lasting wood, and then in the whiskey industry, or if alcohol, they use it because it's waterproof. It seals itself up whenever, and they use it for the barrels, so you don't have to worry about anything leaking or anything like that. So it's a highly marketable tree, not only for human use but also for ecosystems. It's a very important tree. It's has a long history. There's some trees that have been estimated up to 600 years old. They can grow for many centuries. And they're just a great tree to have all the way around. Very important tree in the ecosystem. And so that's the white oak. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be ready for the next one. Thanks.